Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak and The Bag show for Friday, August 31st. Just another, as always, it's a broken record, but I don't care. Huge shout out to all the regular viewers and supporters who give us such support all the time. Ups and downs in this show, as in life. Ups and downs in terms of energy level, tech issues. What up? What's that? Oh, we going?
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go. Perfect example of that. Ups and downs in terms of energy issues, tech issues. The picks. Everything, even the humor level is pretty consistent. I'm pretty proud of that. But just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's just the regular viewer, making this show so much fun for us to come in and do every single day. It's just saved our lives. Jimmy the Bag, you want to say anything to the regular viewers in the commenters? Any words of love?
Yes, I do. It has saved our lives. Also, my great friend Peter Loshak gave me some valerian root. He also gave me some tea, some insomnia tea, and I slept last night.
Did you take it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And it worked, huh?
And it worked. I slept last night. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I looked at the Rocky score, which was a mistake because then I couldn't go to sleep for a little while longer. But then I ended up going back to sleep again. My L's are piling up. I'm down 40 units since the All-Star break in MLB. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. But I brought along my guy Richard Pryor.
What?
Very
nice.
To get
Nice.
to get me out of this slump, man. When things go wrong for me, I throw Pryor on.
All right,
that
sounds good. That makes me. I get a good vibe from that. And for anyone who's thinking, I thought Loshak didn't do drugs. Valerian root is an herb. Herbs aren't drugs. Okay, that's not drugs. Yes, and coffee is a drug, but neither other things are medications. Benzos are medications. Okay, benzodiazepines are medications. Valerian root not a drug, just an herb, just a plant. Okay, but yes, wow, I get a good vibe from that, Jim.
Yeah, so do I.
I think now this might get a little bit nasty, a little bit funky. I think if you have a winning day today, I think you should wear that shirt every day until you have a losing day. No, I'm serious.
No,
man.
I think you're right.
I'm serious, man.
I think you're right.
I like that shirt. That's a cool shirt.
Yeah, anybody who got a chance to meet Pryor would have just, fallen in love.
Did you get to meet him?
No.
Oh, okay,
but he was
yeah.
just such a magical dude.
Oh, God, he was. And in The Mac, have you seen it? Like, The Mac is a great movie. People think it's like in the blaxploitation genre or whatever. The Mac is a freaking great movie. And Richard Pryor is unreal in that movie. Unreal in The Mac.
Oh, he's electric.
You ever seen The Mac?
I have.
Oh,
yeah.
God, Richard Pryor is so good.
He's electric. And Ty Rich says, no, Pete. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for the entertainment. Great show for a niche audience. Impossible to find an hour of good gambling talk.
Who said that?
My man Ty Rich.
Oh, God. Thank you so much, Ty Rich. Media executives all over the world. I don't even know what to say anymore. Who knows what's going on in this crazy world, this crazy, crazy life? It could all be a simulation. You know that, right? There is that theory. You don't think it's a simulation?
No,
Who
that
knows?
shit doesn't.
All right, so let's quickly go over yesterday's results, and then we'll get into handicapping. We do have a lot to cover, of course. Tulane pushed if you got the 6. Cash if you got the 6.5. So my official bet cashed at my personal bet cashed at 6.5, but my official pick pushed at 6. Perfect way to start off the college football season. Half points, do they matter? Yes. Yes, they matter. That's why you got a line chop. Most of the time they don't. Sometimes they do, and that can be the difference between winning and losing overall. Perfect example to start off the season that way, Jimmy the Bag.
No question. UCF was clearly low-hanging.
Low-hanging fruit, Jim.
Low-hanging. And I think I really just should just focus on what I think is the most appealing and not kind of reach for plays.
Yes.
I felt like I reached for that first half under. I just wanted. I was just reaching.
Well, you were tailing me, right?
Yeah, but it's just wanting to have more action instead of really believing in certain actions. So I really feel like I can do that better.
I think your read on low-hanging fruit might be great there, Jim, in college football. And then other stuff. Yeah, I don't know what to say. The Minnesota game, I was obviously on the wrong side of that one. The line moved strongly against me, and I realized later on that I was on the wrong side of that one. I don't know what to say. I'm 3-4. I did tweet out Tulane's second half team total over though, which was a big play and an easy casher.
Beautiful. So Kyle Jack joining us says, thank God there's some MAC teams playing tonight after a Spanish day. Yes, I'm going to Kyle Jack just delivered an incredible little breakdown. Not little, 10 pages. But he did it in a really concise manner, very professional, very well done. So we're going to break that down on the late show today. We're going to break down Kyle Jack's max it up, and great job. And like Anna Merrick, Kyle Jack, there's so many people, Kobe, there's so many people, Tomor, so many of you guys put so much energy into this show. That's just naming just such a small little group, but it just means the world to us. It means the world to this show. We have a huge card today.
But huge shout out to Ty Rich for that comment right there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, look at Jesse Dykstra, White Sox first five at plus 135 with Kopech pitching. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So will I. Maybe that should scare you, Jesse Dykstra, but I am wearing Pryor, which may change everything.
Jared Schrader says, Pete, your birthday pick was a blowout loser, but I still love you guys on the show. Let's bounce back today. I apologize, Jared Schrader. That puts me 2-2 over my last 4 birthday picks, but that brings me to like 15-6 or something like that over the last 21. I probably should be sticking to just the low-hanging fruit first 5 inning totals and stuff like that. Fading Francisco Liriano was a no-brainer thing to do yesterday, and that one cashed. Jared Schrader, I thought that Oakland was a solid play, and again, the market moved in our favor, and it did lose. The Yankees game is also a perfect example, Jim. I tell you this all the time about why I think my record is good in MLB, and yours is not as good. Is that you attack markets that are a lot harder to beat, and I stick to the peripherals. Second half, first half, team total over. Yankees game is a perfect example there. I could see someone saying Liriano is terrible. I'm going to take the Yankees minus 1.5. And they might have had a good handicapping read on Liriano, but of course, the Yankees lost the game, but the team total over to the Yankees, no problem, cashed relatively easily, and that's a perfect example right there. The Yankees minus 1.5 probably did have a little bit of value based on purely fading Liriano, but the team total over was clearly a much, much safer play. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Without a doubt. There was a lot of interesting things that happened yesterday. One thing is back-to-back days, Gant and Trevor Williams, we could put a line through how they fared against the competition, against the team they were playing earlier in the season, because they're on right now. They're hot right now. They're pitching at a different level than they were pitching before. And I laid off those plays. Very, very disappointing.
And finally, the final comment that I wanted before we get into handicapping is Angel Romero hit us up with one more soccer pick, which I did tail during the show, and that one cashed again. Unreal, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah,
I tailed it and cashed it again.
Plus 150.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones says Yankee screwed me out of $200,000. Jesus, that's a
lot of money.
That's money that makes my eyes pop out.
Well, then it seems like life didn't screw you out of anything, Jerry Jones. The Yankees. I mean, that's a perfect game. Like you did wind up taking the first 5 innings team total over, but I feel like we both a month ago we both would have had the same read on that game. The read would have been accurate, but I would have taken the team total overs. You would have taken the Yankees minus 1.5, and that's a perfect example. It's not that the Yankees minus 1.5 pick was not probably a positive EV pick, but it's just a tougher market to beat. You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt. Jimmy the Loser has joined us, which is nice.
So on a Friday night, on a Friday morning, shout out to Jimmy the Loser. Thank you so much. Let's see how many we threw. Jimmy the Loser. I mean, we throw the record up all the time. We can throw the MLB.
Also, he's saying that I don't throw my record up anymore. I put my record up nonstop through Vegas. I just got behind. I'll put up my monthly record. I'm not ever going to hide or run from nothing. I'm going to always be totally transparent and totally honest. And I tell you what, honesty is one thing you don't see in this business. And that's the reason why we'll still get people watching our show, because of our transparency and our honesty.
And here's to all the losers in the world, in the world, wherever they may be. We are your patron saints. Loshak and Jimmy the Bag. We are your patron saints. All the losers in the world. Shout out to Jimmy the Loser. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, it feels nice.
All right, so let's get into a handicapping right now. Let's get in. We got a lot of crap. All right. Let's see. One quickly. Sam's Pick says, what book do you get first 5 team totals from, Pete? Once again, Sam's Picks. Pinnacle and Heritage both have them. There may be some other books that have them. I think that other books will continue to have them. More books will have them in the future, but Pinnacle and Heritage have them. Those are the books that we use. And again, if Pinnacle offers them, that's great. I was always surprised when Pinnacle offered them, because it seems like a market where they will just get hammered by the sharps. So Pinnacle's offers them, and that's great. And
because we talk about how Bet365 doesn't offer them. We know that.
And shout out to King Rail, who gave a dope teaser yesterday. He did. He says, I gave y'all a dope teaser yesterday. Easy money. Huge shout out to King Rail as always. And
look at Notre Tota joining us. Very exciting. Love having him with us. He says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really like Homer and the Reds. Tonight,
Yeah.
money line, reverse run line, plug my nose and hope for the best.
Okay, we're going to talk about that, but I was about to go into that game, but anytime someone says a best show on YouTube comment, I just have to stop the show and read it. Sure. Eli Bulldog says best show on YouTube. Thank you so much, Eli Bulldog. All right, let's get into handicapping, Jimmy the Bag. Let's get and for this one is for you, Jimmy the Loser. Let's throw up the MLB record.
Yeah, let's see it.
My record is down about 10 units from the high water mark. Jimmy the Bag, absolutely not afraid to confront the reality of what he has achieved here in MLB, Jim.
No.
I track the records, but make sure if I'm not making any mistakes and everything. And we'll see what we can do.
Exceptionally, you have never made one.
No, I've never. I know.
It's crazy.
I know.
And I was told that, 11 months ago, and I was like, come on, never won. And I've called you on a bunch, but I've called you on like over 10, 15.
I never make a mistake.
No, it's
all right,
impressive.
and then one other thing. Yolo Steve says, Loshak and The Bag, most humble celebrities ever. And then Jimmy the Loser says, celebrities laughing my ass off. Hey, Jimmy the Loser. Yeah, I am a celebrity. Get with reality, pal. Celebrity right here. You're looking at one. You're listening to one. Jimmy the Loser. Listen to me. Read my mustache. I'm a celebrity, bro. Stop laughing. It ain't a joke. It's real. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. I was thinking the exact same way. Normally, Homer Bailey, a lot of my positive units from MLB have come from fading Homer Bailey, and it is Homer Bailey day today. This game, though, I'm really not sure what I'm thinking about doing here. Interestingly, the market has made, I did not take St. Louis on the overnight line. The market has moved about 25 cents in Cincinnati's favor here. I was thinking maybe a shot with St. Louis on the second half. Homer Bailey obviously is who he is. I'm fading him in most spots, but he is capable of having these 6-inning, 2-run, 3-run starts at times, and this feels like it might be one of those starts from Homer Bailey. Maybe the first 5-team total over will cash, but it does feel like one of those 6-inning, 2 or 3 run starts is in the offing here for Homer Bailey. And what offing means is he's due. He's due for that kind of start, but it sounds a little bit better. It's in the offing. Go ahead, Jim.
I hear you. Game time temp 86 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in sideways. Reds have lost 8 of 10, giving up 67 runs. Is a 1-12 Homer Bailey, 6.17 ERA, 1.62 WHIP going to stop it? He looked pretty decent against the Cubs. He did allow 6 runs overall, but just 3 earned. He's looked good against the Cards this year, ERA under 4. He's looked terrible against the Cards in his career. I think this might be a nice spot. I don't know if I have the balls to do it. Gomber has allowed only 4 runs in his last 4 starts. But the Reds smash lefties. They certainly smash lefties. Now, in his first career start, July 24th, Gomber was against the Reds, took a no-hitter into the 7th. It's a ballsy pick. What kind of line would you get?
For what?
For the Reds.
On the money line.
Or the run line.
Yeah,
reverse.
It's gotten bet down. It opened at plus 200. I was this close away from taking a shot with Cincinnati at plus 200. I didn't wind up doing it, but I was that close away from it. And I was even that close away from taking a shot with Cincinnati on the alternative run line, which at Bet365 is plus 365. Gomber has been good, but not that good. And I'm not exactly sure how to handle this. On my notes, I was thinking maybe about Cincinnati on the second half. I was thinking about maybe Cincinnati on the first half team total under, because I do kind of like what Gomber has been doing in Cincinnati. So St. Louis has all those injuries, but Carpenter's back, and Cincinnati's lineup. Kobe Valentine hit us up with some injury. What was I saying? Wait. Let me hold. Raul Rogers says everyone in St. Louis's lineup has hit very well against Homer Bailey, and someone is out. I think that Kobe Valentine told us about. I think it was Suarez. Wait, let me find that. He gave us earlier.
Oh yeah, Eugenio Suarez is going to most likely be out of the lineup.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm not sure what to. There you go. Oh, Angel Romero is in the house. Angel Romero. God, thank you so much for that soccer pick tonight. I did have a losing day yesterday, but the soccer pick helped my help. Yeah, there you go. Robinson Jepes. Shout out to Robinson Jepes, boy, my boy. Eugenio Suarez is day to day though. Yes. Raul Rogers says St. Louis cashes today. And Tom Marino says Gomber isn't a minus 190 pitcher against teams that have seen him. He's probably not a minus 190 pitcher against anyone. Gomber is not someone that I want to be betting here.
Angel Romero says St. Louis dominates tonight.
Yeah.
Seth Hagen says big news for King Rail coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Shit. Oh, geez. All right. So the Cincinnati game, I was thinking maybe about a shot with the second half. Let me see where the line would be for this one. St. Louis's lineup in general is a little bit chintzy, right, Jim?
Well, yeah, I mean they've got some injury problems, but it was a chintzy lineup last night that put up runs.
I know.
So I think they're just. Kobe Valentine says St. Louis wins 7-1.
And how is Cincinnati without Suarez?
Red Girl says St. Louis all day fade Bailey.
Yeah.
Well, they do have Votto back, but Suarez is a big piece.
I was thinking about Cincinnati on the second half, but as you said, Jim, it's so tempting to always reach for plays. Best to just let the low-hanging fruit come to you, and I guess I will stay off of this one for now. All right, let's see. What else is interesting from today's card?
I think Michael Kopech.
Let's
it's already
talk about
been
that.
introduced. I think the White Sox first 5 could easily be a play here. Game time 80 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in at 10 miles per hour. We talked yesterday and about the Giolito situation, and looking back at it, I said, well, we just watched the Red Sox put up 8 in the 8th inning 2 nights ago. They're a dangerous team to fade, and of course they put up 5 in that then top of the 9th.
Yeah.
But first fives might be the spot to attack them. Kopech looks like the real deal. 1-0, 1.13 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. Now he's going up against the team that traded him away. He also said that he's not going to talk to reporters before the game about it. He will talk to them after.
Yeah.
This is a focused young man ready to go to town. Eovaldi, 2-2, 3.94 ERA in his first 6 outings with Boston. 1 start against the Sox. Walked 5 in that start. White Sox are hitting righties, 244, 716. We know Red Sox smash righties, but is this a very special guy?
This is a tricky one. Yeah. One thing from yesterday that annoys me is that I had a play that just slipped my mind and slipped my field of vision, and that was Boston's second half. I was all over Boston's second half yesterday. It was a huge line, -190. I did bet it. I don't know what happened. I meant to give it. That might have even been a birthday pick, although I don't like to give second halves, but I should start sticking to those for low-hanging fruits. And Boston's second half is again going to be a play for me here. I'm not sure they're gonna have Kopech going too deep in this game. I see 6 innings probably. It is going to be a tough lineup that he's going to be facing, and I'll start off with that. Boston second half, -160. As far as the White Sox on the first half, I'm not sure. This is going to be the toughest lineup he's faced. In the minor leagues, Kopech, of course, recently was awesome, lights out, but before that, he struggled. He did have some issues in the minor leagues. He was not, when he's on his game, obviously he's great. He's looking great now, but this is a challenge. You know what I mean?
Biggest start of his life.
And then the toughest lineup he's ever faced in his career by far. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking Boston second half -160. As far as the play on the first half, I could see, again, it feels to me like a little bit reaching. I could obviously see a play on Kopech being justified here. What do you want to do? You want to make a play here, Jim?
Maybe not quite yet, but I would like to. We'll move on to another game. I just want to give a shout out to Absolute Lee 11 Lee. Jimmy, I'm working on an NHL file for next season. Hope it's not too early, but I'm about halfway done. Beautiful. Essentially
awesome.
compiled all of the 31 previews. And you know what? That's so exciting to us, man. Hit me, Jimmy the Bag of Hotmail. So exciting. So exciting. We had an exceptional year last year, but we can do better. I can do better. You were awesome. The Knights messed with me.
Robinson Jepes says, what was that soccer pick Pete mentioned? Robinson Jepes, this guy Angel Romero, just killing it with free soccer picks he's given us in the comments section over and over and over again. He did have one loser a few days ago. That's it. Other than that, he's given us like 9 or 10 picks or 12 or 15. I don't even know how many soccer picks he's given us. Some of them big favorites, some of them big underdogs. Yesterday was an underdog. I forgot which one it was. It was in the Columbia Cup. But all right. So Mr. Gogler says that Red Sox second half money is money, Pete. Yeah. And then Raul Rogers says Boston cashes. Someone else, Flip Money, suggesting that let me see. Flip Money says that White Sox alternative run line might be worth a shot. I can understand that. And then -110 Nostratota says Kopech's an ace in the making, no doubt. But the hard contact he gave up against Detroit was concerning. And again, this is going to be the toughest lineup he's ever faced in his life. By far.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, without a doubt. But just the fact that he didn't want to talk to the media before the game, wanted to wait till after. This is an intense young man, or
Yes.
he knows what he's about
great.
to take on.
He's great and works out and ripped, shredded. All right, I'm taking Boston second half minus 160. Let's move on to another game. Just shout out anything. Are there any picks you want to give? I'll tell you what I bet on the overnight line. I did take a shot with the under in the San Diego game at 8.5. Where is that one? The San Diego Colorado game. Senzatella against Kennedy. Obviously, yesterday was another play that I liked in retrospect. The under. Kennedy, another guy with big potential. Hasn't gotten it done yet in the majors, but I'm thinking this might be a good spot for him. Senzatella up and down, coming off of a down start at Coors. I think he might be better here, so I took a shot with the under there. I did take a shot with the under in the Mets San Francisco game. Suarez against Wheeler, of course. Suarez is coming off a great start. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of grounders. Is he going to be able to do that again? Not sure, but if he can, he'll have another good start. And Wheeler has been awesome. I did also take a shot with the under in Arizona Dodgers. Greinke against Ryu. Ryu's pitching great. Greinke is solid, and once again, it's a 7.5. I took a shot with that one. So those are three unders I took: San Francisco, San Diego, and the Dodgers. I took unders on all three of those. Another play that I was thinking about was a second half under in Minnesota, Texas. Both these lineups are a little bit iffy. Gonsalves is a guy who did well in the minors, hasn't put it together yet in the majors, but might be in for some decent starts. Hutchinson is absolutely horrible, so I'm not sure.
I can't believe Hutchinson is still in the show. I mean, we watched him be terrible in Toronto. Some of the plays that you're making that I'm going to jump on with, okay. I'm going to take the first 5 under in New York at San Francisco. They're still hanging 4s. And really? I just feel like that's a very appealing spot, even if it's juiced. I don't mind. So I'd like to lock that in right now.
Sure, not even that bad.
First 5 under 4 with Wheeler versus Suarez. Mets have been playing pretty good, 8 for 15, 8 and 7 against some real tough opponents. Wheeler's been an absolute monster of late, just incredible. Since the All-Star break, second best ERA in the NL, 1.17 in 7 starts. That's impressive. And Suarez coming off 7 shutout innings, but this is a Mets team that can't touch lefties. This is a Giants team that Steven Dugar, their hottest hitter, is the season-ending injury. They just traded away McCutchen. And Lamont Williams saying, I really like Seattle money line is the play tonight. I'm in. This is my play that I'm making right now.
Okay, first half under 4 at just minus 120. Intertops has the best line here on the first 5 innings under 4, minus 120. I don't know if we're still doing the Intertops. Yes, we are. Once again, we have a promo code for first-time depositors and also for people who want to reload.
But we don't have the reload bonus. And I just talked to. We do have it, but we don't have the link on the bottom of our show. And I know you guys want the reload is and Andre Arlene taking Mets San Francisco over because it's just 7. I can understand both sides, but I really like the first 5 under 4. But we're gonna have the reload bonus up there too because we know a lot of you guys already have used Intertops before and are looking for the reload bonus. Yes, and also Jim Rome's a douche. One of our guys, he said that they wouldn't let him open the account because he's from Jersey, and I was like, that's not supposed to be the rule. I've already talked to our team about that, and we're gonna fix that for him because that's not. We're supposed to be anyone from Canada or America.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm gonna fix that for you.
In the meantime, I'm seeing that the total in the Colorado-San Diego game that I did bet has actually moved up, so that's not a great sign. I'm wondering why that would be. And let me see other comments coming in that I just let me see where are the people are talking about Elena Delle Donne. We'll talk about that in a minute in the WNBA segment, but let's see other comments. Reef NYC says Greinke on the road sucks. Dave LA says I like the Dodgers under Pete. I did take a shot with that one. Any comments that you're seeing, Jim?
Both Kobe and Nostra like the Giants tonight. That's an interesting situation, and it makes sense. It makes sense going up against a team that can't hit lefties, and Suarez has looked good at home, and he seems to have gone over that bump. I want to fade Drew Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I want to fade Drew Hutchinson. I also feel like Gonsalves can pitch.
Yeah.
Now, if you look, it's been a struggle. Each level he's gone up. AA Chattanooga, 1.77 ERA. AAA Rochester, 2.96 ERA, and now he's in the show and he's getting touched. One concern I have is that Eddie Rosario won't be in the lineup. He's been their best player this year. The wind's blowing in. I think it will help Gonsalves and Hutchinson, but I don't know. I think I'd prefer the Twins just manufacturing runs and first 5 full game and just taking him on the money line. Do you think that the team total overs would be the better spot there? Minnesota against Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I was thinking about a shot with the second half under on this one actually, and I'd be leaning full game under. The Minnesota, yeah, I'm not sure what to think about the about what Hutchinson is likely to do here. Minnesota has a bunch of injuries, don't they? They just have a lineup that's just not looking terribly imposing right now. Or am I wrong about that?
Wow, Kamat K says, "What's up, fellas? Paca from the Big Island." We got Kamat K joining us. Nice to have you, man. Yeah, you know what? I like the Twins here. I don't know how much offense they're going to be able to create. With Rosario is just a big bat in the lineup, but I'm going to jump on the Twins here.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the plus line. I'm going to double up here. I'm going to take Twins first 5 and full game.
All right, I definitely like the first 5 a little bit more. Okay, so let me see. Minnesota, just on the money line, huh? All right, the money line, best line, once again, Intertops. Look at that, plus 120. Jim's going to take Minnesota full game, plus 120. Intertops providing us the best line on the full game and first half. Let's see, is there any possible way that Intertops would be providing us the best line on the first half as well? Let's see, line shopping here at SBRodds.com. Click the link for SBRodds.com in the description section so people will know that you followed that by watching this video. Let me see. Minnesota first 5 innings, plus 115 market wide. That's the line. Plus 115. That's a market line right there. I will quickly check Pinnacle here for you. Go ahead,
Just
Jim.
going to say Sportsbook Red.
Wow. Whoa. Wait. Let me review it. Plus 122 is what it's saying at Pinnacle. Let me see. I'm just going to refresh Pinnacle and see if that is accurate. If that's a live line there. Let me see. Yes, plus 122. There you go.
First
Pinnacle.
5.
First 5 innings. Plus 122. There you go.
Sportsbook Red joining us. Very sharp dude. Says loving Senzatella with an extra day off.
Yeah.
Kennedy's pitching for a roster spot, and I don't like him against Rocky's lineup.
Yeah. Yeah. In the meantime, there's been a 25-cent line move in favor of San Diego, though. I'm liking Senzatella here. The Rockies should be better. It's a tricky one. I bet the under. It's gotten bet over. It's gotten bet up. The total's gotten bet up, which is definitely concerning. And it's an interesting one. Yeah, maybe
Indian Cowboy joining us, which is so sweet.
Indian Cowboy.
He says both teams have been struggling offensively last 3 days. When that happens, bounce back lightly.
Who's he talking about?
Excuse me. I believe he's talking about the Rocky situation. I believe.
Yeah.
It likely goes over when they face both pitchers. On base percentage of over 390 likely goes over. And Vitalis says, Twins, what the fuck, Jimmy? With Gonzalez. I would take Steven Gonzalez over Drew Hutchinson every day of the week.
Yeah, Drew Hutchinson is looking very, 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 very iffy and scary right now.
That's a Twins Rangers. Excuse me. Sorry, my fault. Twins Rangers lean over. That's it. Okay, thank you, Indian Cowboy. Notre Dame says Padres are a ride-on team the last month. They have a loaded farm team, and they're going to give some of these guys some looks. Yeah. And there's been a 25-cent move or a 20-cent move in favor of San Diego here. I think it's a good spot for Senzatella, but I'm not sure what I want to do. This is a little bit of a tricky card. Let's move on to what other game do you want to highlight, Jim? Let's look. I feel like the Marlins could be a play. The more Nostratoda railed against Aaron Sanchez, the more I noticed that season 2 years ago might have been just a flash in the pan.
Or he just, had injury issues or whatever,
And he's still dealing with them because he had the blisters issues all year last year. This year he's been dealing with the contusion on his right index finger. And Straley looks sharp right now, coming off a great performance. 3 hits, no runs in the win over the Braves. Said he had no changeup in that game, that he couldn't use it for the first 6 or 7. When a guy has a start like that and he's still critiquing himself, that he's probably on right now.
Yeah, Straley is nothing great, but a decent veteran. You know what I mean? He's going to get crushed once in a while, but he's going to give you your 6-inning, 2-run starts once in a while as well. Just a decent guy.
Yeah, SM joining me on that first 5 under 4. I like it. Notre Dame says it's Aaron Sanchez Day. Fade away.
Against the Marlins, yeah. I mean, the problem is just that like you said, Straley is no great shakes either, and the Miami lineup is underrated at times, but no great shakes either as well. Or are they? Are they better than what people are giving them credit for?
No, I mean, look, 242 average is not bad versus righties. You combine that with a 671 OPS. I mean, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
And the Jays hit righties, 249, 758 OPS. Mr. Gogster says I might dabble on Miami first 5. Gas Station Sushi says love Pavetta in the spot, take the Phillies. We have to break that game down.
That's actually a play that I just wrote down here, Jim. But let me just look at how's Toronto's bullpen right now? Is it still a dog shit as ever, Jim?
It's terrible.
Terrible,
but
right?
I mean, so is the Marlins bullpen.
Yeah, right. See, I was thinking about maybe a shot with Toronto on the second half here at -125. And how's the Toronto lineup? Not that bad recently, right?
DP13 has a good question. Says, does Miami have enough left-handed bats to get to Sanchez? Interesting.
I was thinking about a shot with Toronto on the second half, although their bullpen is how's their lineup doing right now? Is it productive, Jim?
Their lineup's doing okay.
Yeah.
And they hit righties, and Devin Travis is hitting very well. They're not getting giant production from one spot other than Morales. Now Morales isn't going to be able to be in the lineup, right? And if they play Morales in right field or first base, I mean he's a sore spot. I expect Morales not to be in the lineup.
Yeah. All right. I was thinking about taking Toronto's second half, but I'll hold off on that one for now. Let's move to the Philly game. It is Pivetta against Quintana. Definitely, I'll be on Philly first 5 innings team total over 2 -120. Quintana very susceptible, right? If he comes in and has a 5-inning 1-run or shutout start, good for him. I'll eat the loss, but definitely feels like Quintana is vulnerable here. There's been a 20-cent line move in favor of Philly. I did bet Philly -1 on the overnight line. I beat the line move a little bit. They lean to the Cubs on the second half though, but I'm definitely going to take Philly first 5 team total over 2 -120. Vague lean to Philly -1 and vague lean to the Cubs on the second half as well. I'm not sure how deep Pivetta is going to go here. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was just writing to Trenton. Trenton, yeah, I copied and pasted your WNBA plays. Thank you for sharing them with us, and we'll talk about them in the WNBA segment. Thank you for your efforts. The Phillies are playing bad baseball, but I can understand the fate of Quintana here. Phillies have not won a series since the start of August, 8-14 their last 22. The Cubs are playing good ball, 18-9. Quintana has gone only 5 innings each of the last 3 starts. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks against the Reds team last Saturday. Needed 36 pitches to get out of the 4th inning. Now the Reds smash lefty, and the Phillies don't.
Yeah.
I can understand the play. Clearly understand the play. I don't know if I'm going to make a move on it. Gas Station Susie says Aaron Sanchez, Hammerama, take the Marlins. I think I might do that. Vitalis says, can you ask Pete his thoughts on Tyon versus Annabelle? Only first 5 under 4.5 at -120.
That's another tough one. I'll tell you. This.
Wait, actually, before you answer that, one last note on that game before we can move on, because you've made your play on the Phillies. Ski Profit came in and said both players are in progression spots. Phillies don't hit lefties. Phillies bat 191 against Quintana. Cubs bat 350 against Pivetta. Pivetta home splits are worse than away. Cubs 9-1 last 10. So a different side of looking at it. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that's great information. I just feel like once again, similar to fading Liriano and all these guys, Quintana just doesn't strike me as he just strikes me as a guy who's unsteady right now, and with a relatively low first 5 team total over of 2 and -120, I'll take a shot with it.
I understand. Sorry to interrupt you though. You were answering Tyon versus Annabelle. First 5 under 4.5 and 1.
This card has got me a little bit confused. There's not a lot of plays I made on the overnight lines. There's not a lot of peripherals that I was really excited to hit here. Now that it's the morning. Tyon has been pitching well. I think that's likely roughly to continue. Sanchez has been regressing a bit, but still pretty solid. I wouldn't want it to. If it was 5, I would take a shot with the first 5 under maybe. At 4.5, I don't really want it. Pittsburgh, obviously, though, they're not hitting, and the line just seems like a reach. You know what I mean? There's nothing that really jumps out at me on this game. I could certainly see, and it might be 1-zip after 5, and then everyone who took the first 5 under will be thinking that they've had a great read on the game, and maybe they did. I'm just giving you my opinion. I feel uncertain about this one, unsteady here. I don't really want to bet against Tyon here.
He's never faced the Braves.
Yeah,
They've never seen him.
I would, but the Pittsburgh isn't hitting. You know what I mean? So, so you could take a shot with the under, but again, in Atlanta on a Friday night, and a low total here, I don't really want to take a shot with the under. So I'm passing. Let's see if any of the illustrious commenters from our comments section have anything to say about this tough one. Pittsburgh against Atlanta. I definitely am vaguely high on Tyon in this spot, so I would agree with that. But I don't necessarily want to take the Atlanta first 5 team total under, which would probably not be a good number there. What would that be? Let me find out where that number would be. The Atlanta, it's 2 -109. Vague lean to the Atlanta first 5 team total under, but they have some bats. Everything looks roughly on point to me as far as these lines are concerned. Nothing jumping out at me.
There's a couple things I still want to touch on, but Angel Romero has come in with an early pick.
Oh, shit. And he says he really loves it.
Roma versus AC Milan, over 2.5 total goals.
Wow. I'm writing this one down. Roma, AC, over 2.5. Angel Romero loves that pick. Angel Romero. Not as much as we love you, Angel Romero. I don't care how much you love this pick, Angel Romero. It's not as much as we love you. Because I'm sure at the very least you could admit that this pick could lose. It's not a lock. But our love for you is absolutely, I mean, it blows my mind. Angel Romero. What a guy. And you can tell from his comments, a fucking good, he's a good personality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm definitely going to tail that. Thank you so much, Angel Romero. All right, yes, let's continue on here and keep a brisk pace. Jimmy the Bag, I'm looking at this card. The Corey Kluber start is very interesting.
Yes.
Both Glasnow and Kluber have looked a little bit iffy. Glasnow still getting a lot of swinging strikes, but control issues are popping up. He's a guy who has high upside, but then if he starts to wear down a little bit, can have a low floor. And Kluber got hit by KC last start. We know that Kluber a while ago had a knee issue that may be affecting him, maybe not. I would be very interested to hear what Kobe Valentine and others have to say about Kluber's likely performance here, because I could see the shot with an over on the low total here possibly having some value.
I see the Rays having value here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that as well.
I don't know if I can pull the trigger. I'm just when the losses pile up, it's hard to pull triggers. But this one seems like a ton of value. Mm-hmm. Glasnow still has a whip under 1. Mm-hmm. I know it's small sample size, but he's impressive. Now, he didn't look great against KC. There's no doubt about it. 8 Ks, 3 walks, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits. But Kluber, in his last 13 starts, has a 4.05 ERA. And he lost against the White Sox in his last start. 5 1/3, allowed 5 runs, 9 hits. Mm-hmm. Now, he's always looked good against the Rays, but I just feel like the Rays have a ton of value here. Mm-hmm. A ton of value. Big Ragu says, love the Rays today. Lamont Williams says, Jimmy P, my man's, be careful with the baseball shit today. It is a tricky card. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Again, there's not a lot that I really jumped on. I'm confident with Philly first 5 team total over, despite what Ski Profit told us about their struggles against lefties is legit. I'm confident. I feel okay with that play. Boston second half, definitely feel okay with that play. And go ahead.
Going back to that Braves Pittsburgh series, Nostratoda says my model's really upgraded Annabelle. Has him slightly above average, which is surprisingly.
Huge shout out to Nostratoda.
Yeah, isn't it great having
Fucking love this guy, man. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
No, we're so thankful to have Nostra running with us.
Huge shout out to Nostratoda. I can't tell you how much I love that guy. All right, go ahead.
And Sportsbook Red says only 13 runs scored in that Atlanta-Pittsburgh series last week. Can we expect anything different this time around?
What game was he talking about?
He's talking about that Pirates Braves spot.
Listen, it's a tricky spot. Yeah, I think that Taillon is good. I think that Sanchez is good. I could see a first half under being justified. I'd much rather get 5 than 4.5. Those 4.5, especially on the weekends, have a way of sneaking over. You know what I mean?
Tolmore has a really good point about this. Sorry, about this Kluber spot. He says the teams that Kluber struggled against have been in his division. Teams that have seen him a lot.
Who's he talking about?
About Kluber.
Okay.
So I don't think he pitches better against Tampa, but... Oh, no, I do think he pitches better against Tampa, but minus 200 is too high, in my opinion.
Reef NYC says Cleveland beast today, and I was also thinking maybe about the second half under with Tampa Bay, although, as we know, when Kluber is on his game, he does go deep. So those second half plays can be tricky when Kluber's starting. But, and Tampa Bay's only plus 110 on the second half. I think if you were going to take a shot with this one, you're going to take a shot with Tampa Bay, minus 1.5 on the alternative run line. I don't know, man. What do we expect from Kluber here? The alternative run line plus 365 is plus 365 at bet 365.
Jesus, that sounds nice. And Zach Kenkel saying WNBA will be posted on the Late Show. Mm-hmm. He's 5-0 plus 13 units in the postseason, and I follow him on Twitter. I know he is, and that's exciting to see that he cares about us and throw the play up on the Late Show. Thank you, Zach.
Yes.
I like the Rays.
Mm-hmm.
I just hard to pull the trigger. That's all. I think I may. At some point, maybe save it for the Late Show. Mm-hmm. There's some other big games. We haven't talked Zimmerman, Severino, Tigers, Yanks.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, how if you gave me Detroit at plus 650, I would take them. At plus 320. Maybe. I mean, Severino, of course, has been struggling since he's returned, and Zimmerman has been struggling too, but not nearly as bad as I thought. There were times when I faded Zimmerman and lost with it. The Yankees, of course, acquired McCutchen, and I don't know. I would take a shot with the over. The wind's blowing in a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what to think of this game either. Do I want to take? Let's just for shits and giggles. Let's see what the alternative run line here would be for Detroit plus 600. Holy shit!
You gotta get.
I just made a joke about if you gave me Detroit at plus 650 on the money line, and here the minus 1.5 line is actually plus 600. It's not even that far off. Plus 600 on the alternative run line for Detroit against the Yankees. Now, I don't know if that has value, but it's certainly interesting to look at, Jim.
It's very interesting to look at. I mean, you take the Tigers at plus 600, the Rays at plus 365. If one of them cashes, you're in heaven.
Yeah, man. I mean, and the first 5 innings over is just 4. You know, one of these guys probably has some issues here.
Yeah, no doubt. Miss J says, I love it when Pete randomly yells.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss J. That's what I like to do. I like to please the viewers, as you know, Jim. There are a few times when I had these random outbursts on camera, and I was like so embarrassed. I was like, man, I'm just fucking up my career. And the analytics people ran up to me and they say, Loshak, that was great. Do that more. The ratings got a nice little boost when you did those random, weird, freaky outbursts. So I was like, sure, I'll do it more. Anyway, Tigers, Detroit, first 5 innings over 4. What do you think? It's very tempting,
It's
Jim.
very appealing.
Very tempting. First 5 innings, over 4. Very tempting, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah.
Severino, what's up with Severino? He's off his game, right? People were suggesting a while ago that he might be injured.
Won his last 2 starts, but before that, he was in his 7 outings before his last 2 starts, 2-4 with a 7.50 ERA. Pitched Detroit well in 4 career starts, but is he...
Here you go. Yolo Steve says Zimmerman amazing at the Yankees AAA offense right now. No, come on. That's being a little bit harsh on them. Severino owns Detroit. Detroit sucks versus righties. And Tomarino says the Yankees bullpen has been overworked and isn't very good. These Yankees lines are inflated, in my opinion. Their starters don't pitch deep enough and the offense is inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, damn. Plus 600 on the alternative run line, plus 320 on the money line. What do you think? Elizabeth Bay says, get fired up, Pete. Shout out to Elizabeth Bay.
Eli B says, longtime viewer, first-time commenter, best show on YouTube. Keep up the good work and laughter.
Woo! Yes, hell yeah. Who?
Eli B.
The fuck is that guy? Eli B.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Eli B. Jesus Christ. Eli B, if you ever start a media company, let's do something. Let's make something big, Eli B. I don't know what I'm saying here.
Oh, man, M-Sunk had a 25-1 parlay, fell apart with the White Sox last night. Too bad, man. It must have looked so good. Angel Romero says anything plus 600, Loshak, is worth taking a shot.
That's actually not true. Actually, that's not. I mean, there are some, in theory, I mean, it might be, you might say that most plus 600 dogs are overvalued, or undervalued, but it's not, it's not unthinkable that there could be a situation in sports betting that's a legitimate 90% chance of winning, Now, are the Yankees, what are the chances that Detroit actually wins by more than 1 run? It seems very low. But what are the actual odds? I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, it's appealing. There's no doubt about it. Brewers Nationals, Chacin Rourke. Wind blowing in, but sideways. There's not. The wind is bad for most of the games. A high percentage of the games for offense today. Chacin has looked good. Surrendered just 6 earned runs in his last 4 starts. Brewers are 19-9 in games Chacin started, coming off a loss against the Pirates. So he beat the Nationals on the 23rd of July, pitched 5 2/3, just a run. Harper, who is questionable anyways, is 0 for 6 against them. Rourke, though, 5-1 with a 1.61 ERA in his last 7 starts, and he's changing the feel in that clubhouse when he's out there. He's a character guy and he's stepping up, and I've got to give it to him. This is a tough one.
Vitalis, top 5 sharp plays off of a report. KC, Angels, Rangers, Arizona, and Nats. Those are all the KC at 31%, Angels 19%. All right, let's see. Mr. Gogser says no second half Brewers here. All right, let me just see what I want to do. What do I want to do here? I'm seriously still thinking about that. I haven't even listened to what I'm still thinking about this first 5 over.
Listen to what Nostra said. He says if the reverse run line isn't more than double the money line, I play the money line.
Right.
If it is, I hit both. He's sharp, right?
Nostratoda. I'm thinking about this first 5 over, although it's interesting that the total did open at 4.5 with Severino against Zimmerman. Now it's down to 4. All right, I'll hold off. None of the games are in the afternoon, so there's no reason to force it here. Yeah, the Milwaukee-Washington game is interesting, and Mr. Gokster took the words right out of my mouth, which was I was thinking about the second half on Milwaukee. I was thinking about second half on Milwaukee, Jim. It's just minus 125. It's concerning, though, because Milwaukee, is off an extra inning game, and Washington had an off day. But but I was definitely thinking about Milwaukee's second half. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that game. What's your take on this game, Jim?
It's a dangerous game. Shazin's pitching well.
Yeah.
Harper's unlikely or questionable to be in the lineup, but he's 0 for 6 against them anyways. Probably he's going to get a day off. Rourke is pitching very, very well. Both teams have almost exactly the same numbers versus righties: 253, 742 OPS for the Brewers, 253, 754 OPS for the Nats. This is a tough one. There's no doubt about it. This is a tough one.
All right, let me scan some of these first 5 team total overs, and then we'll wrap up the MLB segment because we are going to do all this again at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Wheeler's looking real good, isn't he?
Wheeler is looking incredibly good.
Incredibly good, really.
1.17 ERA in his last 7 starts.
Yeah.
I'm on the first 5 under, and I couldn't believe I could grab a 4. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I just thought it'd be juiced heavier.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm going to take San Francisco first 5 innings, team total under 2. San Francisco first 5 innings, team total under 2. We think that Wheeler is going to continue to be strong here.
He's showing no signs of regression. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the first 5 under 4, so I'm going to. That obviously it's a correlated spot.
All right, I'm taking for San Francisco first 5 under 2 minus 129 here. My only note here is that Wheeler is running kind of some high pitch counts, though. You know what I mean? None of these starting pitchers can maintain excellence forever. Even Corey Kluber, even Chris Sale. You know what I'm saying? He is running some kind of high pitch counts, but I'll take this one. San Francisco first 5 innings, team total under 2 minus 129. I'll make that one an official pick. Let me see what else do we have.
We have this Mariners A's spot. Initially, I just wanted to go right back to the A's.
Me too.
But so many people really, really love the Mariners here. Leak has really shut down this A's team, but 3 times. Can he do it a 4th time?
I don't know. And there has been a 10-cent line move in favor of Seattle here.
Yeah, he's 1-1 with a 2.50 ERA and 6 career starts against the A's. Now Fiers has had trouble in a Detroit uniform or in a Houston uniform against the Mariners, but he shut them down earlier this month, and I see a different pitcher. I also see the starting pitcher in the wild card game if they get there. Don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, I like him. But I guess I'm going to need more time. Dave LA's on the Mariners. I know a lot of real strong cappers on the Mariners, so I'm very hesitant just to go right back, but I'd like to.
All right, this is a tough card. As of right now, I've given just 3 plays. Boston, second half, minus 160. San Francisco, first 5 team total under 2, minus 129. And Philly, first 5 team total over 2, minus 120. Jimmy the Bag has given just 3 plays. Minnesota, first 5 innings, plus 122. Full game, plus 120. And Mets, San Francisco, first 5 under 4, minus 120. Leans that I'm thinking about would be, the under in the San Diego game. San Diego team total unders, maybe. The under in the Arizona Dodgers game, maybe. Cubs second half and Philly minus 1 on the full game are both leans. Detroit Yankees first 5 over is definitely a lean. Baltimore second half is definitely a lean. Minnesota Texas second half under is definitely a lean. But it's a tough card in general, and I might take it light. I might take it easy. Nothing wrong with that. You don't want to force things, Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Our man Nut Flush, who we got
Flush.
to hang with in Vegas. It was such a treat. What a great guy. He says, Pete and Jimmy, I talked to Boston to a new phone with better data for GPS use to find my delivery stops. Little does he know it's only to be able to chat on the best show in the world.
Hell yeah! Nut Flush 16! Love that guy! So great to meet you, Nutflush 16. He told me a story about his life in our show that to this moment blew my mind. I want to get in touch with him, ask him if he could just send me an email retelling the story. Basically, to sum up the story, he was having a bad day one time. I forgot what it was, but his daughter, his 9-year-old daughter, knows how much he loves the show, and she said to him, "Dad, but you have the Loshak and The Bag show, and you love it. That's a reason to be happy." Oh my God! All right, let's move on with it. Let's move on. Anyway, shout out to Nutflesh16. Shout out to Kobe Valentine. Shout out to Nostroda. Shout out to Ski Prophet. Shout out to King Rail. Shout out to Tomarino Tomor. Shout out to Angel Romero. Shout out to everyone that's Miss J, BT, Native Queen. Everyone in the comments. Barsaman, G11, Vitalis not applicable. YOLO Steez. Shout out to T Money. Shout out to Jamarian Green. Shout out to Flipper13, Isaac Evans, Mr. Gokster. Everyone, we love you all. Dave LA. All right, let's move on to.
Let's move on. But Barsaman has some plays here. Great soccer capper is Borussia Dortmund to win and both teams to score. Okay. Nice line at plus 195. Club Bruges, both teams to score at minus 143, and Leeds United, both teams to score, minus 125. Those are early games.
Yes. And I've already taken Roma and AC Milan over 2.5 at about minus 135. That is a play recommended by, go ahead.
I'd love you to give a shout out to our new viewer, Jamarian Green. Says first time viewer, and you guys are amped up.
Jamarian Green, we love you too. All of a sudden, first time viewer, we already love you. Yes, love at first sight does sometimes happen,
It does,
Jim. It
yeah.
does, and it just happened with us, with me and Jamarian Green. Yes, but you don't even know Jamarian Green. I don't care. I've seen him, and that first sight was enough. Love at first sight. No homo, of course. Love at first sight. No, kidding around with no homo. We have no homo. We have no homo jokes in this show. Jamarian Green. One thing I like to do is I like to say maybe homo and change the qualifier on homo. As a nice little, but we're very accepting of homosexuality in general in this show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't discriminate against anyone.
No.
All right, so let's see. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
That was a tangent that went a little bit too far there, Jim. All right.
Let's move on, and let's see. We also have college football, WNBA. So let's get to it.
All right, 2 huge WNBA games tonight. Obviously, 2 huge game 3s. The huge factor here, though, is Elena Delle Donne. For those who don't follow WNBA, Delle Donne, the most important player for Washington, just a beast of a player inside. Huge score, huge everything. She's injured. Game time decision. Do we have any official? I was reading people saying that she is going to be playing, but. How is she going to be 100%? Probably. The way I do it in NFL and in football is if someone's playing, I do make the assumption that they're 100%. In basketball, it can be a little bit different, but I have to assume that if someone's playing, they're shooting her up with enough drugs to make her good at least for that game. You know what I'm saying, Jim? So I've been hearing that she's in. Is that correct?
We don't know yet for certain, but. She's talking as if she's going to be there.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of these 2 games. Let me see.
Well, I'll tell you what. Trenton Claxton likes Atlanta first quarter and full game. So he's not afraid.
Atlanta first quarter and full game, and this might be one of the. If you do like to play teasers, these 2 games have been very close, and maybe taking Atlanta on a teaser here might be not the worst teaser you could make. I was thinking about a shot with. We know that Atlanta wants to slow the game down with Delle Donne out or limited. Will that be easier for them? The first 2 games are both very close, and the second game was a lot lower scoring. What do we think about first half and or first quarter unders?
Appealing. Yeah. Has there been any move on him?
Let's see. The first half under in the Washington Mystics game, 81.5. Yeah. And the first quarter under would be tempting as well. What do we think about that? There was a cascade of WNBA comments to start the show.
Yeah, and then there's more coming in. A lot of people, though, are talking about fading the Mercury Seattle sweep. Nando Suevas likes Mystics to win. Twatty Latte says Pete looks too fly to crack under there. Tomar says I'm on Phoenix and Atlanta first quarter at -0.5. I
was leaning Phoenix first quarter as well.
I don't think Delle Donne will play. Bone bruise is significant. I think Washington comes out strong with her out. Interesting.
Now, if she's out, does that mean that Atlanta will have an easier time slowing things down or not?
Elizabeth Bay says, I will be at the Mercury game, so fade them.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking, I don't know if I like Mercury on the full game, but I definitely feel like Mercury early is probably a play. They were up in the first quarter in one of those games. No, both of them, weren't they? Weren't they leading after the first quarter in both those games, right?
The Mercury, yes.
Yeah. Now, it's just because a team is in a position where they need to get a win doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come out strong. But I think I was leaning Mercury first quarter for sure, Jim.
Yeah.
And I will make that one an official play.
Well, I'll tell you what, flippers on Mercury first half and full game.
Really? Yeah, it just feels like Seattle is legit. What does King Rail like in this one?
I don't know. Good question. I mean, just from, actually I shouldn't make predictions. He's too sharp. I'm not sure. That
he's probably going to wait for the lineups or something or wait
No,
closer
I think, well, with the, no, I think he'll, King Rail just says Mercury and he laughs out loud.
Shout out to King Rail. He likes Mercury full game, huh?
I don't know. He just he's laughing out loud. I don't know. I need more info.
Yeah. Right. He might be saying laugh out loud at anyone who bets them.
Yeah, I need more.
Right.
Yeah, right. Oh, he says Storm Chaser over here. So yeah, he's on Seattle.
He's on Seattle. Okay.
Millie Payless Way likes Mercury first half. Thomas says Seattle's the best team in the WNBA, but they haven't won championships. They won't bring the intensity to close a veteran team out here early, in my opinion.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with Phoenix on the first quarter. They're minus 1.5. They're minus a half, minus 120, 115. I'm going to take the Pinnacle first quarter money line here, which is minus 127. So I'm going to take a shot with Phoenix first quarter money line minus 127. I don't really trust them on the full game against Seattle, but I do think they're going to come out strong, and Seattle might have a little bit of a time, establishing their dominance. So Phoenix is a tough team, veteran team. I'm going to take a shot with Phoenix first quarter money line minus 127.
Well, I'll tell you, Trenton Claxton's on Phoenix first quarter.
Yeah.
But he's on Phoenix first quarter and full game.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, sure. It's just, but King Rail likes Seattle, huh?
Yeah.
All right. King Rail likes Seattle, and they are catching some points here, catching 2.5, getting bet up just a little bit. And then the Mystics Atlanta game again. I guess we probably should wait for Delle Donne. It's been confirmed that she's in there now, right now, or has it not? Let me see.
No, they haven't given us a confirmation yet.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right.
Del Toledo says, won my game of the year with Tulane at +7.
Yeah,
Barely, but won it.
I cashed with 6.5, but with my official pick, I got a push at 6. Flipper 13 says, I don't like going opposite of King Rail, but I really like the Mercury in this spot. I like them early. I don't know if I like them full game. And Not Apple says if Phoenix wins a game, it will be this one. I agree with that. King Rail says Storm shot horribly in the second game, and too much firepower for the Mercury to handle. Yeah, Tom Marino says Seattle is the better team, but Taurasi can win a game for Phoenix.
Seattle gets to come in a pressure-free situation.
Yes.
That's why I feel like they're very, very dangerous here, and that's why I can't, from following basketball as closely as I have, and now WNBA is a new beast for me, but when a team comes in and all of the pressure is on the team down 2-0 and the talent level's higher on the team that's up, moving into their building, relaxed and comfortable. They're in a dangerous spot. King talking about how they were shot poorly in Seattle. That's where all the pressure was on them. I could actually see them shooting lights out.
Yeah. Tom Marino said, I mean, look, I'm just going to take a lukewarm small shot with Phoenix first quarter money line. I don't really want to fade Seattle in any way, shape, or form here over a big sample size, but I do feel like Phoenix is, I mean, they're fucking professionals. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, they're incredible.
They're going to come out in Phoenix. You got to think they're going to be like, listen, and maybe they'll get a little help from the refs. I'm taking Phoenix first quarter money line. Tom Reno says, I think Washington comes out early with a lot of energy, but Atlanta has better guard play. If Delle Donne is out, I think Atlanta wins late. All right. Vitalis says, at Jimmy the Bag, can you ask Pete if he drove a car in Vegas? I ran into multiple people saying they were going to give Pete their keys to drive. No, Vitalis, that's an inside. I've never driven a car, Vitalis. I've never driven a car. Video game cars, yes. But real life cars, no.
Couple quick notes. Harlem Night, man, so sweet, says, best show moving. You feel that,
hell yeah,
man?
Hell
Feels
yes.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Dion Davis says, Taurasi 13-0 in elimination game.
Yeah.
Isaac Higgins about the Delle Donne spot says, I coach basketball. If you're without your star player, you will be in trouble in the end.
And Pete Salvano says, even if she plays, that was a serious injury. She won't be anywhere near 100%.
Not applicable has noticed that your computer is bigger than mine.
Yeah, no, Mike, I did get a new computer and everything's, oh God, it's so great. Everything's going great. It's so nice to move into 2018. Let's see. Tom Marino says, I agree, Pete. Bone bruises don't heal in a week. Do they have any drugs for bone bruises? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they have drugs so you don't feel the pain.
Mm-hmm. Ralph Portuando says, just got out of a meeting. Please recap the MLB picks. I can do that, Ralph, because there's very few. Yeah. Ralph Portuando, it's a tough card. I took Boston second half money line, which I do like. I think that's a solid play. Philly first half team total over 2 minus 120. So I think it was Ski Profit saying that Philly doesn't hit lefties well, but fading Quintana is something I want to do right now. And San Francisco first 5 innings team total under 2 minus 129. That makes me the most nervous because Wheeler is running up some pitch counts that make me nervous, but I took a shot with that one. And Jim took Mets San Francisco first half under, Minnesota first half money line, and Minnesota full game money line, and that is it.
Let's get to college football,
all right.
Unless because I mean we have the afternoon to study, and then we can hammer it. So just before, are you ready to move on?
Yes, I am ready to move on.
And you've given the one play.
Yes, Marco Lou says, Pete, is that an HP computer? Have you not learned anything about HP? They suck. Marco Lou, this was the only computer that had the specs that I wanted at the store that I was at. So I got, and it's working fine. Well, look, all due respect, credit to HP. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't believe
you went back to HP. Elizabeth Bay, though, she loves your mouse usage. She loves the way you use your mouse.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Girl, that's a woman who notices the important things in life. Yes, yes.
Oh man!
yes.
Just to move us, just before we get in college football, which we need to hammer. Our man Elio Rodriguez giving us the tennis plays, and the man he's very sharp. He's got Eisner -4, strong lean. Oh no, sorry, Eisner -4, and then strong lean on Pella -130, and then Saturday Serenko -3. So thank you for sharing that for us, Elo.
Wait. So say it again, Jim.
He is on Eisner -4, strong lean on Pella -130, and Serenko -3
on Saturday. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to college. So once again, I'm just taking Phoenix first quarter money line. Jim, what are you going to do? Nothing passing on WNBA?
Oh, at this point, I've got more to do and just more cappers to listen to, and I've. Thank God I have. Well, I shouldn't, but I have Seattle +550 to win the championship. I got $200 on that, and shout out to King Rail for putting me on that.
All right, so let's move on to college football. I have no official plays as of yet on tonight's card, but I did bet. I didn't make this an official play, but earlier in the week, earlier in the month, I did bet Western Michigan, and I did get them at about. I forgot what my actual bet was. I think I got 6. It was down to 4.5 yesterday. Now it's coming back up a little bit, and I'm worried that this one reminds me a little bit of the Wake Forest game, where late money is starting to come in on Syracuse. This one starts at 6 o'clock Eastern time, so I have to make a final decision here. Again, Syracuse against Western Michigan. Western Michigan is recruiting very well. The question is just, will that pay off immediately, or will it pay off in 2019? Much more likely 2019. But I'm just not convinced that Syracuse has as big of a talent edge as the market is giving them credit for here. The Greek is still at 4.5. Bookmaker is at 5.5. So the market very uncertain here, right?
Andre Arline says Western Michigan +5.5, and he's got about 9 exclamation marks.
Yeah, look, I bet this one. I was saying that I liked it. I did. At no point did I give it as an official play. And again, the market is uncertain. It's 5 everywhere, but 2 books that take sharp action are in strong disagreement here. The Greek at 4.5, bookmaker at 5.5. I would be leaning Western Michigan here. I can understand why people might be disagreeing with that.
Kyle Jack's on Syracuse first half -2. He's also on Army full game at +14.5. Red Girls on San Diego State with the points. Tomore's on first half over in Wisconsin, Western Kentucky at 30. That's a very interesting play. I might jump on that. Elizabeth Bay has a Western and Michigan State parlay, first half full game, and then hard lean on the second half. Caleb Ford says Western Michigan wins outright.
But I'm taking the points just to be safe.
Wow.
And Elizabeth Bay, Wisconsin and Michigan State parlay. Let me see.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Trent Claxton says Jimmy, Western Michigan, quarter 1. Wow. This is wow. I'm maybe going to have to jump on Western Michigan. Let me just write that down. Okay.
Jared Schrader likes Army +14. Michael Holthauser, Syracuse all day. Syracuse all day.
Yeah, I think Tomore's right about this Wisconsin covering first half. I think it's very similar to what we saw yesterday with UCF. Let me get to that game here. God, it's just pages after pages.
John Roy likes the Duke under, and Eric Jones likes Army under. Yeah, there were Kobe Valentine loves Wisconsin. Wow, loves Wisconsin -36
and team total over.
Wow.
The first thing the first thing that makes the most sense to me. Is Wisconsin to cover the first half. As we know, this is just a beast team, regardless of the suspensions. Owyas, write it down, Peter. Likes Northern Illinois +10.5. ISU under 47. Oh, no, he wants me to write it down. Nice. Okay, I'll copy and paste it. But just first, we know with Hornerbrook and all 5 starters coming back on the offensive line, Jonathan Taylor starts the season as a Heisman Trophy candidate. This is just a beast team. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen earned All-American honors last season, and they're back.
Yeah.
So, we know what's going on with Cephas and, his roommate, Danny Davis. It's very ugly. But the team that's playing is going to be just so good. Their defense is so dangerous. And then Camp Randall's such a tough place to play. And it's shout out to what the Hilltoppers had to go through. But why I said LSU, not ISU, my fault.
Yeah.
All the injuries that the Hilltoppers faced last year, but losing Joel Iyobuniwe puts them in a bad spot. The first thing I'm going to do is take the Wisconsin first half.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want this one? Yeah. Yes. I'm just looking at all the comments, and there were so many comments that came in the beginning of the show that now I can't read on college football. But all right, let me quickly get to this one. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Okay, so first half. Let me see. All right, college football. I'm going around here. Let me see. College football first half. Wisconsin. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just hold on. And Kobe Valentine seems to be agreeing with that one. He says that Wisconsin will roll. Hold on one second. They might cover the full game in the first half, the full game spread in the first half.
Just a note, just to keep in mind, another copy and paste note. Michael Holthauser, I was at the Colorado State game last week. They can't stop anyone right.
Wow, Michael! God, I love people who give opinions from games that they were actually attending.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Melas plays on the Colorado State full game under. Very, very interesting.
All right, so you want Wisconsin here, first half. Yeah. Best line will be at BetOnline, Bet365 in a few places, minus 22.5, minus 110, minus 22, unless you want 23, minus 106, but 22.5, minus 110.
Perfect. Perfect. I would like to talk about the, if you guys don't mind, I would like to talk about the over in Utah State, Michigan State. I find it appealing with Lewerke and LJ Scott. Lewerke's a beast. The Spartans are returning 19 position players, their top 4 tacklers. Their defense is stout, and that's the only reason why the line's so low, but it has moved up 2.5 points. Last year, Utah State opened the season with a 59-10 loss at Wisconsin. I do think that Jordan Love will be better, but and Matt Wells feels that they're deeper, in the front 7, but they have injuries at linebacker, and I'm very interested in this over. What do you think?
In which one?
Utah State, Michigan State.
That one I don't have an opinion on yet. I'm going to look into it more deeply. The only game that I have a real solid opinion on, is just this Western Michigan game. But a lot of people that I respect were saying that they like Syracuse. I think Dave L.A. says that he likes Syracuse. Tom Marino says D'Antoni is very conservative with the lead. He just runs up the middle on 3rd and 6. I'd be careful.
Holthauser's even a Colorado State University grad, isn't it great?
Oh, man, yes. So Holthauser is saying they can't stop anyone. Colorado on the team total over might be a great play. I'm going to put an asterisk on that one. I'm going to be thinking about this one a little bit more. I haven't had a time to look deep into these as far as value is concerned, except for the games that I did look into a long time ago. Tom Marino says I think the first half total could go over, but if MSU is up big, I don't trust him to stay aggressive in the second half. And Nosratota says Michigan State futures are definitely worth a look.
Interesting. And that Colorado team total over is so interesting. Okay, so I'm getting I'm not getting much help here with the over. I find it very appealing. But you don't really. You don't find that.
I just have no opinion as of right now. Yeah, Dave L.A. liking Syracuse -5. But then Jared Smith says, I have Western Michigan straight up.
Trenton telling me to run with Michigan State at the half. What is Michigan State at the half? What is the line there?
The line on Michigan State at the half. Let me see. The line, Michigan State at the half. Where is it? Michigan State would be 14. 14.
That's interesting. Okay.
Up from 13.5.
That's interesting. D'Antoni is, if this is from Tomor, D'Antoni is the best ATS record as a dog in the Big Ten. They aren't profitable to back long term as a big favorite. DP13P says Michigan State has a really tough Big Ten schedule. Let's see. And Eli Bulldog says Syracuse has no defense, and Reef New York City says fact. Red Girl says Colorado State game will be close. Take the points. Kyle Jack like Syracuse first half sharp money on Western Michigan. Don't want to take Syracuse full game.
Okay, yeah. Look, I did bet Western Michigan. I think I got 6 or 5.5. I forgot the actual line that I got on my bet, but I did beat the line move by a little bit. And yeah, obviously with Dino Baber's teams, you always want to be looking at an over. It's now up to 66. Up from 64.5. I'd be leaning over. That one, if I want to make any official plays, I'll have to tweet them out because that game does start at 6 o'clock Eastern time, right when our afternoon start.
Which one? Which game?
The Syracuse game, the Western Michigan one. So if I want to make any official plays on that one, I will tweet them out. As of right now, I will hold off. Jim has just made one play, Wisconsin first half, -22.5, -110. We'll be doing a whole lot more college football analysis in the evening show. Anything else you want to get to before we wrap it up? Well, I would love to talk about everything, for hours here, but we do have to wrap it up.
I'd just like to shout out a couple last comments. Ray Williams says Western Michigan hasn't been a Power 5 team since 2005. And then Lamont Williams says he's on Western Michigan plus the points, Utah State plus the points, San Diego State plus the points, and he says Western Michigan plus the points and Duke and Army full game under.
Yeah, and that the Colorado State total has gotten bet way up from 61.5 all the way up to 65.
A lot of talk about that Stanford game. Can we touch on it?
Let's talk. Sure, go ahead. What do you have to say?
These teams' running games are so strong. And
T. Henderson says love Stanford overs. Yeah.
The Cardinal, remember what happened last year. I mean, that was a devastating loss by an unranked Aztecs team. But God, is this Cardinal team flying high right now, obviously because of Bryce Love. He's a beast. And David Shaw knows what he has, so he's going to use him as a receiver out of the backfield, but he clearly keeps saying, I don't want to wear him out. And that's important. Cardinal returning 18 starters. Now, Jesse Burkett, their center, and their cornerback, Elijah Holder, are being held out of the game with injuries. But Aztecs have replaced Penny. This Juwan Washington is ready to fire, man. This guy's ready to fire. And I think Chapman is more than a capable signal caller. I can understand why Red Girl and people are on the San Diego State plus the points. I get it.
And a lot of people are liking over here. It's gotten bet down from 51.5 to 49. But T. Henderson loves us Stanford overs, and Eric Jones liked the Stanford under, but a lot of other people are liking overs here.
Big Ragu saying the over in Stanford, San Diego is the best play of the week. Very, very, very compelling, interesting stuff. Let me just say one final thing. Doing this stuff publicly. It's all fun and games when we're up, 60 units together in NHL. But, publicly getting destroyed by MLB is, it's tough, man. It's tough waking up and coming in the morning. And the support you guys give me means so much to me. And Kylo Ren says, hey, Loshak, Jimmy, through the ups and downs, we're always here for you guys and supporting the show. Love you guys. Best of luck with your picks today. Thanks for all the entertainment and info. And that means so much to me, man. It means so much to us.
Hell yeah. There's the support for you, Jimmy the Bag. Jeremiah Green says, one more time, Pete, let me hear your card for MLB. I'm going to place those bets with Bovado. I don't know if does Bovado even have second half bets and first 5 team total overs? I don't think they do. I don't play at Bovado, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Jeremiah Green, I do a lot of MLB plays that are peripherals, like second half play or derivatives that are second halves and first 5 team total overs and team totals. I just have 3 plays. Boston second half minus 160. I definitely like that one, but a lot of books don't offer second half plays. Philly first half team total over 2 minus 120. I like that one less, but I like that one a decent amount. A lot of books don't have first 5 team totals. And San Francisco first 5 team total under 2 minus 129. That one makes me the most nervous out of these 3 plays. But again, it's a first 5 innings team total. So those are the plays that I'm on. No full game plays, no full game sides or totals as of yet for me now. Jamario, what
DJ Big Boss says, damn, y'all crushing my first half under in Stanford game. But I'm going to let my balls hang.
Oh, you do that. You do that, BJ Big Boss. Let him hang, baby. Let him hang. All right. I guess. Look
at Flip Money. There he goes, man. We all win or die. We the low baggers.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. So we could keep this show going for hours, but we'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll do a lot more analysis of college football. I might have some plays in college football tonight. Not exactly sure. We'll go over the interesting baseball card again, and we will have CFL analysis, right, Jim?
Damn right.
I'll repeat what Bobano told me in the Wednesday show that I did with him, and Jimmy the Bag will have some CFL analysis. So it should be a good final show of the week, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Huge shout out to everyone. We'll see you then.